Hello everyone, I'm Alien, and in this episode I'm going to be talking about Serious Sam the Second Encounter, not to be confused with Serious Sam 2, the third game in the Serious Sam series. The Second Encounter was released February 5th, 2002, developed by Crow Team and published by the Gathering of Developers. So without further ado, let's begin. Also, I played this game on normal. The year is 1375 BC, and after killing the massive warlock Uxan, Serious Sam, who's voiced by John J. Dick, takes the Syrian spaceship SSS Centerpiece to the Syrian system to kill Mental. But as you're flying off into space, the big heads try to catch up to you and crash into your spaceship.
Going down where pyramids? Egypt! Egypt! No, not Egypt again!
I like how this song uses the Dunes leitmotif. As it turns out, Sam is a moron as he crash landed in Mexico, but Netrixa finds out the Syrians have left a backup spaceship on Earth. Now she doesn't know where it is, but she knows that it's connected to the Holy Grail. You know, the cup that Jesus drank out of? From Arthurian legends. But the problem is, Christ hasn't been born yet. Thankfully, the Syrians placed a bunch of time portals around Earth's largest civilizations. One should be in the mine city of Teotihuacan. So now you have your first goal. You start the first level falling into water, and if you go to the bottom of the lake, you find a rocket launcher. This level looks really cool. I love the massive centerpiece crashed in the hill. After getting on land, you find a Bonecracker Pila chainsaw, which is like an upgrade to your knife. But it still isn't the best, you will mostly use it to finish off weak enemies. You also get a second revolver and a shotgun. Then you face your first couple enemies. Female Gnars, beheaded firecrackers, kamikazes, clears, and bulls. You might notice that the enemies are now slightly smarter than in the first game. They will no longer just run in a straight line at you, they can move around, which I really like. You then face a Reptiloid before getting your next new weapon, the Raptor Sniper Rifle, which is really good at killing arachnoids. It's also really good at taking out most enemies from a range. You then get to test it out against a swarm of harpies. After this you get introduced to your first power-up, Serious Speed! It speeds you up and it's a lot of fun, but it doesn't last very long. After that you meet the Zoombul. These guys are a primitive race that Mental gave guns to. They're kind of annoying. They fire 2 rockets that always seem to hit you. I save sniper rounds for these guys, but you can just blast them away with 2 explosives. These guys are butt ugly. You can tell by the new enemy description that this is the game where the devs stopped taking the story seriously, before making it serious again with the third one. And as much as I like the silly shit, I like it when these games try to tell an actual story. You also meet the rest of the beheadeds. After this you get another new thing, the Flamethrower. Geez, Crow Team, save some new stuff for later in the game. The XOP Flamethrower is really good against large groups of melee enemies. It also charges them, which looks really cool. After that you meet Cucurbito, who's fun to fight, but he's kinda just a weaker wearable. And even the notorious Mentor faltered at the sight of this bowl of gluttonous things. Perfect example of Mental rolling in the infinite badness. What the fuck are you on about, Netrixa? Then you fight the pumpkin again.
Hey, didn't I kick your ass 2 rooms back?
I love these voice lines. After getting past some crushers, don't forget the quick save by the way, you get the double barrel shotgun and invincibility, which as you could guess makes the enemies unable to see you. You go past another insta-kill crusher and meet the lava golem, which is a really underused enemy in this game. You go outside and get the rocket launcher normally. You scared me, dude.
Ranger, ready to rock it.
Before meeting the Electrofish and finishing the level. The next level, Valley of the Jaguar, begins with a platforming section on bouncers, which is kinda cool, but you will probably fall down a bunch of times. Just like imagine someone... No! After completing it, you find a Serious Bomb, which is just a screen clear you can activate by pressing 0. You will never really need to use it, but it comes in handy during certain parts. Keep in mind these are really rare, so don't waste them. Then there's another platforming section over a pit. This time a Reptiloid is constantly firing at you, which sucks if you have really low health. And after that you get the grenade launcher before heading outside and meeting the Biomechs. Here, harpies that carry kamikazes appear, but you can kill them before they deploy their payload. After killing everything, you gotta go to 2 different temples to get 2 different Jaguar statues, so you can open the 3rd temple. The first temple I checked out was the one on the right, where you gotta get past this fireball thrower trap, then you get serious damage, which makes you stronger, and is my favorite power-up. Then you go into a cool pool room where you get the first Jaguar. And after coming back, a fiendian Reptiloid demon spawns, which was a tiny worm that was mutated by Mental into this big boy. These guys are like a better version of the Reptiloid, shooting out one really quick homing fireball. They're my favorite new addition to the enemy roster, there is so much fun to fight. The second temple has you navigate this room, where winds are blowing you left and right, and to get past it you just gotta walk forward. I like these gimmick rooms, they spice up the gameplay nicely. In the next room, you have to stay in the light so you don't wake up the monsters hiding in the dark, but one of the clears wakes up anyway. After getting the second Jaguar, you head all the way back to the main area, where you place both Jaguars on these pedestals, which opens the 3rd temple. But before going in, you have to fight Marshhoppers. Inside the temple, you get a crystal skull, you know, from Indiana Jones. You then head to Teotihuacan, and to get to the time portal, you gotta find the Sun Pyramid. And the only thing standing between you is an entire city full of aliens and traps. You gotta get 2 masks now, and you also meet a new enemy type, the Zorg Mercenaries and Commanders, who are alien mercs employed by Mental. These guys are like a slightly stronger version of the Beheadeds. I also like the sounds they make. You then get a Tommy gun, which happens to be pretty good against them. After getting both masks and placing them on the altar, the door forward opens. You then fight a bunch of guys before getting the minigun. It's kinda cool how the game doesn't give you very useful weapons like the minigun or Tommy gun until now. Then there's the fun part where you get the cannon and go bowling. And after that you gotta face off against bulls who have the same cannon on their backs, who are really goddamn scary, but they thankfully only show up here. Another cool thing about this fight is that some kamikazes have cannon ammo on them, so you can't just immediately kill them. You have to let them get closer to you so you can quickly replenish your ammo. After a whole lot of fighting, you go through a cool lava cave area where you fight a bunch of red enemies. And after that you find this godforsaken room. Here the floor is bouncy, and a bunch of clears, marsh hoppers, and kamikaze spawn. This part sucks and I hate it. The first time I played this game I quit here. It just isn't fun. Also, the constant screaming is really annoying. After killing everything, the level thankfully ends. Serpent Yards is a pretty mediocre level, but it does have a funny secret.
Hello? Who the hell's that? It's me, Sam. Sam who? Serious Sam. Yeah, right. What a joker. Sam I am.
Most of this level is nothing new. There's an annoying part where the game spawns a bunch of bulls, but it spawns them one at a time, which is just really annoying and not fun. I really hope the game doesn't keep doing this. There's an interesting part with a bunch of teleporters that move around, and you have to fight a bunch of clears here, so everyone ends up teleporting around everywhere. You then go around this pyramid and blow it up to spawn some Highlanders and some ammo. Highlanders act slightly differently in this game. They now shoot the same projectiles as the Fiendian demons do. After shooting some boulders and putting a mask on a pedestal, you can pick up a health pill that spawns a secret watcher, which honestly scared me the first time. If you shoot it, it turns into a giant kamikaze. This game's secrets are definitely a lot more interesting than the first games. After that you fight some more enemies before finishing the level. Now you gotta head through an underground dungeon to get to the sun pyramid. You get past some crushers and get the laser rifle, and then you find this room. This is so obnoxious. The wings here push you to the sides. This is really annoying and you have to fight a bunch of enemies here. After this is another wacky room. This one's floor tilts, which also isn't that fun. Then you find another tiny alien. After this is another wacky room. In this one you can walk on walls. I actually like this one. It's not something you see in many FPS games. After this is another cool area. You fight a bunch of clears here and it's a lot of fun. Then you head outside and go inside this giant arena, where you place the crystal skull on a pedestal, which summons Kukulkan, the wind god, and wow, it's an actual boss fight. Kukulkan isn't one of Mental's minions. He's just a guardian of the teleporter. He summons tornadoes which can throw you and the enemies around, and he gets larger as the fight goes on. He also has a banger battle theme, done by the band Undercode. After killing him, you hop in a portal and finish off the Mesoamerican chapter. So far, this game's alright. A few sections sucked, but the rest was fun. But it was very similar to the first game. The portal leads you to ancient Persia, and you gotta head to Persepolis to find the Tower of Babel, where the next time portal is located. You've lost all of your weapons except for the show field and knife, and also your serious bombs. You immediately get the second pistol, shotgun, and chainsaw. And if you want the sniper early, you can go around the temple at the start. Shortly after, you get the flamethrower. I wonder how long these mercs are waiting for you to show up. Mental couldn't know exactly when the time portal leads, right? The fact that all of your weapons get removed after time traveling is a little annoying, but it leads to some interesting gameplay scenarios.
Good morning, Babylon!
Now you gotta get 2 artifacts to open a door. Wow, I definitely haven't done this a million times already. At least this period looks cool. Literally, it's very blue. Egypt and Mexico were way warmer. After going inside a structure, there's a funny part where a massive boulder gets launched at you. You jump around a spike pit and get the DB shotgun. Then there's a part where you have to do some really precise platforming for some armor. You then go outside, get the RPG, and put the artifacts into 2 different structures, all while a shit ton of enemies try to stop you. This level also does the annoying thing where it constantly spawns enemies but only a few at a time. Like I said, killing 2 enemies, waiting a while, and then killing the same 2 enemies is not fun. After getting past that area, you gotta go down 2 paths and activate things. These levels also do this annoying thing where they make you fight the same couple enemies over and over again. After going down both paths, you go inside again, where you fight a horde of clears. There really isn't that much to say about these levels. After a weird switch puzzle, you do one more large fight before entering Persepolis. Next up, the Elephant Temple. This level looks cool. At least this reflective floor area does. After going outside, you get the Tommy gun and you have to take a bath in a hot tub to open a door, which is kinda cool. After a lot of repetitive fighting, you get the minigun. God damn it, dude! What the fuck is this? Then you finish the level. I skipped a lot of uninteresting fighting. This level is half an hour long. The next level takes place in the Courtyards of Gilgamesh, who were built in honor of King Gilgamesh, the mythical king of Babylon, who comes from the Epic of Gilgamesh, the world's oldest surviving tale. This level is also very uninteresting. At least you finally get the grenade launcher in it. After a while, there's a cool area where you fight a bunch of melee enemies in a tight corridor, so you can just burn the hell out of all of them. After a kind of interesting area where the floors collapse underneath you, there's another cool fight. You jump down on a moving platform and a reptoid attacks you from the fog, so you can only shoot down his fireballs. Then you head outside, get the cannon, and finish the level. The next level, Tower of Babel, doesn't actually start off in a tower. First, you gotta fight for an underground area filled with arachnoids and zoombulls, who you've fought about a million times now. After a while, you end up in this foggy area where you fight some male gnarls for the first time. I wonder why they are barely in this game. Then you end up in a completely dark room, which is kinda cool, just because it isn't the same thing over and over again. Anyways, you head outside and see the Tower of Babel. I like how it's actually Ziggurat like it would have actually been. I really like the story of the tower. You know, humans building a tower to reach God, but God creates different languages, so the builders don't understand each other and can't finish the tower. I think it's really interesting. But you can't go inside just yet. You gotta go all the way around and pick up 3 tablets. Only then can you head inside. Unless you want to fill out your bestiary, because you gotta do another lap around the tower to fight the Highlander's bride. An extra strong reptiloid. This level sucks because it does the spawning thing again. If you pick up the pill in this area, the mighty Gizmo spawns, and when you kill him he spawns a million microscopic frogs, which is pretty funny. After getting inside you fight the exotic larva, whose battle theme is my personal favorite. The larva was mutated by Mental to be its bodyguard, but it was too unstable and so it was sent to guard a time portal. Its fight is pretty simple. First you gotta destroy these machines so it won't heal. Then you gotta shoot the shit out of it. It can spawn balls of plasma and little pupae will explode. After doing enough damage, one of its arms falls off, and later the other one falls off too. Then it does a laser attack. You gotta hide behind the pillars to dodge this one. After putting this miserable creature out of its misery, you can get to the portal and head to the final time period. Ancient Persia sucks. I'm getting really bored of the same arenas. I hope the final period is better. Now you're in 1138 AD, in the town of Krvavice. The Citadel, no not that one, starts off with giving you the shotgun. Already this level looks cool. It's not just a temple, it actually looks interesting. You can find a chainsaw here as well as some armor in a church. You head inside and find a Kilomatic, which is a fun room to fight in. You then get the second revolver before finding the most obvious trap of all time. If you pull this fucking lever, it just fucking kills you. You head outside and fight on this cool bridge area, and then you get the flamethrower. So far I'm loving the Middle Ages. Then a tiny red marshhopper spawns with a serious damage power up on him. While not as tiny as the Gizmo ones, this frog still isn't easy to hit. This area reminds me a lot of the castle from Swiss Cheese Halloween. You head inside the castle town, where you get the coach gun. You then meet a new enemy, the stationary cannon, which is a stationary automatic cannon, who might do a lot of damage, but it's only dangerous if you stand right in front of it. This one's not elemental. Maybe go tweak this one a bit before using it again. But I like how the cannon does the jack-in-the-box effect when it blows up. Then you get the RPG. Another thing I love in this level is the atmosphere. The lightning is really cool. You head inside again and then come back out through a clock tower. After this you crash the castle, where you enter a flooded cave before finding some more traps. After that you find the Book of Wisdom, which tells you where the Holy Grail is. This level was such a breath of fresh air. The encounters were fun and varied, and so were the locations you visited. Let's hope the game keeps this up. Land of the Damned, despite having such a daunting name, takes place in a nice Christmassy village. I love this level so much. As I said in my Halo video, I love the snow. Check out these cool pictures I took during the winter. And this is a really good snow level. You can flip a lever on the windmill, which spawns Santa, and if you shoot him he gives you some presents. Santa is also stuck in one of the chimneys, and if you help him escape he also gives you gifts. Now, just like where I'm from, Santa doesn't bring presents in Croatia, but you can't exactly put little baby Jesus in your game and have the player blow him up, can you? You can also blow up a snowman for some armor. I hope the other snowmen don't mind. Then you get the laser gun and head into a large valley, where a rock version of Jingle Bells plays as you fight a bunch of enemies. This is a really cool fight. After a while some kamikazes bring in a cannon, and it looks like Mental did tweak the design, as it can now turn. Jingle Bells is in so many video games, I wonder if any song appears more in it. After that you find another village, where one of the snowmen attacks you. I guess they did mind. After that you go through some lava caves before jumping into a portal, which sends you to this icy area with a giant castle. This place looks really cool, but sadly the Grail isn't here. So Sam hikes through the mountains and fights 3,000 monsters before ending up at the Grand Cathedral, the final challenge, and where the Grail is hidden. This level is something else. It's long and really hard. The first part is regular serious Sam combat. During one part you can blow open a wall which leads to a secret pumpkin patch, where a bunch of tiny cucurbittos attack you. This is a really cool secret. I sadly missed most secrets on my playthrough, but if you want to see them you should play the game yourself. Also because I didn't want to go back and record all of them. I really like the sky in this level. After the basic fighting are the traps. First there are cannonball launchers which are really hard to get past, and then you head into a room full of launchers that launch you around. This is a really fun fight. After this you head outside this really big flat area. You gotta go into this structure and then defend it from waves of enemies, all while a meteor storm is happening. This part drags on for a little too long. Thankfully you get some respawning ammo, health and armor, as well as some power-ups. After surviving this you get to the cathedral itself and fight the final boss, Mordecai the Summoner, an ancient magician revived by Mental after his death. He also has dementia. This guy teleports around and spawns enemies. He's not that hard to defeat, but he's not easy either. His battle theme is also the weakest in my opinion. After kicking his bony ass, Sam goes to the cathedral and gets the Holy Grail. He also confesses his sins to Mental.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
I am not your father.
Oh yeah, that's the other movie.
Sam gets in the backup spaceship and flies to Sirius. Again. Let's hope he gets there this time. And so the game ends. The second encounter does some things better than the first one, but also does some things worse. The first and final periods are fun, but goddamn does Persia suck. It's definitely worth getting through it to play the rest of the Take-Two Interactive. Never mind, where was I? Oh yeah, the rest of the game's better. If you like the first game, you will definitely like this one. Just like the first game, it isn't a typical FPS, but if you like older, more arcadey stuff, you will like it too. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and good night.